Following his appearance on MSNBC to talk about Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's interview with Jonathan Swan of Axios, former Republican National Committee Chair Tim Miller took to the Bulwark to elaborate on how exactly the Republican leader justifies his actions. Put simply, Miller explained that for McConnell, opportunistic expedience is always at the top of his list, as long as it keeps him in power. Take a look at the MSNBC discussion.
I want to, if you don't mind, try to step back and try to explain Mitch McConnell and maybe look at his February 13th remarks in a little bit of a different context. Look, throughout all of history, anybody in politics has to balance their values, their moral beliefs with what they believe is politically expedient. And at times those things are in conflict, right? Like, this is politics. Politics ain't beanbag, as they say. And so, at times people decide to do what's politically expedient versus what they think is morally correct, no matter your party. And look at Mitch's predecessor, Harry Reid, right? When he lied about Mitt Romney's tax returns, he wasn't thinking about the morals. He was thinking about what was politically expedient at that time. What Jonathan's interview with Mitch revealed is that Mitch McConnell is a category difference from all of those other politicians. That Mitch McConnell does not try to balance at all the moral values that he may or may not have with what is politically expedient. What he believes is that whatever is politically expedient is moral. And so I want to offer that what he said is actually not a contradiction. Because on February 13th, what he thought was politically expedient for his party was to signal to swing voters, to signal to the remaining Republicans with a conscience that this party is not all thrown in with the domestic terrorists, with the people that are responsible for the deaths at the Capitol. So important. Why John's interview is so important is because Mitch is winning that argument right now. In all of Republican Washington and many Republican voters, they live in this bubble where in the post-Trump era, they don't consider the morals anymore. They've decided that owning the libs is the most important thing, is the highest and best purpose. And so by asking that question, Jonathan kind of removed him from that bubble and from that moral framework in which he had to kind of think about this and answer a question: do I have any morals that supersede politics? And the answer was that does not compute for Mitch McConnell. You could just see it. You could just see him shaking his head. He honestly almost couldn't even understand Jonathan's question. He was befuddled. Because for him, what is politically right is what is moral. And that was tested on January 6th. He saw the deaths at the Capitol. And he still said, I don't care.
McConnell has again said that he would back Donald Trump if the former president were to win the 2024 GOP presidential nomination, citing an obligation to support the party's nominee, saying, and that will mean that whoever the nominee is has gone out and earned the nomination. Swan said Representative Liz Cheney appeared to hold a similar view to McConnell on Trump's responsibility for the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot, but argued that, unlike McConnell, Cheney thought there were some things more important than party loyalty. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com. And if you'd like to see more of the Raw Report, please like and subscribe and join others who like their news raw too.